Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to do an entire face full of nothing but Ulta Beauty brand products. And I'm going to let you know at the end how I liked using them. And if you're up for that, if you're curious about it, then just keep watching. And I have a whole basket full of unopened, brand new. I don't know if you can tell it or not. Nothing's been opened. It's all got like sealed in plastic. And I'm going to go take all the plastic off. I just wanted you to see that I've not opened and used any of it before. Let me get all this opened and I'll be back. Okay, that took forever. My patches are almost dry. That's how long that took. Let's start at the very beginning because it's a very good place to start. And we're going to grab an E25 from the newly back in stock Glitzy Fritzy Essential Eye Set. What? I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we actually use the brush, let's get this. I forgot I bought the primer. This is a matte eye primer, and we're gonna err on the side of caution and use a tiny bit. Because one time I made a big mistake with Milani's and I used way too much. It doesn't have any color, it's set down tacky. Let's have a look at this. I got the Blushing Blooms. Those look kind of pretty, right? And if you kind of turn it down like this and look at it this way, you can see it's this one right here and that one right there. Those have those microscopic pinpoint kind of sparkly things in them. This is a cool tone palette. So if you've been hunting a cool tone palette that's not my palette, the Blast palette. Now back in stock at SydneyGraceCO.com with 5-star reviews. Yeah, 30 of them. Hey, do me a favor. If you've purchased this palette, go leave me a review over there. I will love you forever.
Will you stop?
Oh. Never.
Let's come in here and I'm going to take it like I always do, right in the crease area up. Let's come here. I can see it a little. It might just be that this is a very, faint shade. So a barely there kind of deal. Let's go below it and pick up that one, because that one's not the one with sparkles. So, and I'll just put this right here. These do take a little bit more to show up, but that could be a good thing. If you like to build a little more, then you might really like that. Let's just wipe that off. And I'm gonna come back here and do this, kind of blend out the top a little. E55 into that shade. Let's bring that all over the eye. How does it do if you take your finger? Yeah, I like that. And I think I'm going to take the 21 and come up here and bring that right there. Wow, that one's potent. Okay, I'm going to do the other eye. I opted for gel eyeliner. I do like a good black eyeliner to tightline, so let's see. I picked gel because they typically go in creamier and they'll stay. Oh, and you know what? That white shade that I put in on my eye, it does have microscopic glitters in it. So, didn't see that one coming. Got this all in here, and now we want to know, does it transfer down? It sure enough do. That's okay on days where I'm going to wear black eyeliner in my tight line and my waterline. Not a big fan of it doing that if I want a different color in my waterline. I got a mascara primer and it's white. L'Oreal makes one that is my favorite one from the drugstore. Essence makes one, but I found that Essence was just way too much. I mean, it pulled out way too much. You're gonna have to really clean up with that one, I think. So I'm just wondering about this one. Probably should have not put this on one eye so we could see how the mascara did alone. But I didn't think about that. This is the wand on this one. It looks similar to the Lancome to me. Maybe we'll check that out in a little bit, but it seems like it's longer. Maybe we'll compare those two in just a little bit. Now they had a few different mascaras. This one is called New Heights. lifting mascara. The reason I picked this one was because of the wand. That stopper doesn't sound like it's gonna keep things too clean, but I wanted to try this particular wand. It's rubberized, okay? It's not bristle, but it's little. I wanted to see how that was gonna be, you know, for like this, which I need to stop putting mascara down here because of my lash serum. It's like my lower lashes grow too long, but I wanted to see, like, how does this go on the underneaths and stuff? Will it be a cleaner mascara? That stopper doesn't sound like it's getting any excess off of there. I don't know. Let's come on the underneath side first. I wish I had thought about doing one eye without the primer. I hope you heard me when I said I use an eyelash serum. So don't think that any mascara I use, that's going to be your typical results. If you have really great eyelashes, it would be, but I don't want you to think that I'm not doing something to help my lashes outside of the norm. It's not all the mascara. This is the Poreless Face Primer. They also had several versions of this, but I'm going to pick Poreless. So this is clear. Usually a poreless primer is going to be a silicone primer. And you need to pay attention if you get a silicone primer, whether or not your foundation is water-based or not. This here, I looked, the first ingredient is dimethicone, so we're probably not gonna have pilling going on. That's good. This is Youthful Glow Serum Foundation Drops. I think I'm gonna do some drops here on this. Keeping in mind that this is I think it's the 47. It's the multitasker brush from Sigma. So you know what this means? That means it's not going to retain it in the brush. And I have little microscopic glitters all over my freaking face now. I don't like getting it all over my face. Hey, you know what? This isn't going on too bad. Those two pair pretty good together. I hope I remember after everything's said and done, after dinner is done and everything, to come back and show you how this makeup held up all day. It's a morning, so I'm gonna edit, and then in this afternoon I'll be going to get my nails done because they need it bad. And then after that I have to go to the dentist. Now they will probably have their hands all over my face because they're making a mold. They might pull up some of this, but so far that don't look too bad actually. Let's see what this concealer is. This concealer is the Youthful Glow concealer, so I stayed in that same family. It's not that bendy kind that I just really love, but it will be okay for placement. So gosh, we are bringing this right into this glitter mess right here. Let's get right up underneath here. That ain't bad so far. It could change. Like in a half hour, this could look totally terrible because that's been my experience with things that sometimes don't cost very much. They go on, they look good initially, and then give it a half an hour or so and it looks awful. I knew I bought a trio, but I thought I got the powder one. Apparently, I got the cream one. This has a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer all in one thing. And I liked that. I wanted to do that because that's not too much sitting on your vanity, right? Just have these three together. So let's come in here with this same brush. In case you're wondering, that fits right there. And whoa, okay. Wow, Mary, I have to remember that this brush does not absorb. Most brushes absorb. This one does not. But that blended out really nice, didn't it? Okay. I ain't mad at that. Let's go ahead and bring some up here. Just a little bit. I'm going to close this and come into the top. Just a little flush of blush. Take the underneath side of this and let's see how this highlight does. Okay, so now I've got this powder. Does it come with a sponge? It does, and a mirror underneath. Let's try that out on my nose. I'm pretty finicky about powder. let's come in here and load it up. All right, so before we do the brows, I got this setting spray. It's called Wannabe Fresh Makeup Setting Spray, Dewy Finish. I didn't see that. How dewy? Is this like Tatcha Dewy Mist? Ooh, that left like droplets for sure. Egads. Okay, maybe that was just the first time. I don't want to be like Tatcha luminous when I get done here, but set all that glitter in place.
Get it, girl?
I picked up this. It's a micro brow pencil, and I picked up one of these because I wanted to see how close it is to this. I just wondered. So let's see. This is Benefit's champagne side and the pink side. Okay. The matte pink and the champagne color. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is a dupe. Well, you can tell by my face, this is a big deal. I have looked for years for this exact shade and could not find it. Oh, what a find. You know what I love the most about testing makeup is I go out with my family with test makeup on all the time. And sometimes it doesn't work out so well. And they'd be like, yeah, you know a lot about makeup. Look at your makeup. My mom asked me the other day, what's going on with your brows? All right, let's start here and see coming onto my face. This is a dry formula. You gotta push hard on this pencil. So don't run it all the way up because you'll break it. It's to dupe the colors, so does it blend out like the Benefit? All right, let's put this brow gel in and see. Oh my goodness, look at this tiny little brush. Let's run it through here and see how it does. Okay, let's move on to the mouth. Looking at the color choices, I didn't know, like, is that gonna match this? Like the lip pencil is gonna match the lipstick, or it kind of looks like it does. If I should get another lip crayon, but this here is a lip crayon. Here's a lip pencil. That's deeper than that. I would wear those two together. What about the lipstick? Also a berryish rose. I like that color. I think I'll use this and the lip liner together. What say you? What? You said okay? That's what I thought. Let's do it. Okay. I can see stuff settling into wrinkles. And I'm not even finished my makeup yet. So this is retractable, so that means that while I've got a nice point here, it will wear off. And unlike a sharpened pencil, I won't be able to get it back. So there's nothing on the end that sharpens it. So you might not get this sharp edge, but sometimes that's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for is something to fill in your whole mouth and then top with lipstick. And I'm not going to do that yet because I want to see how this lipstick goes with this liner. So let's do this. Not bad. Okay, well, you know, I think that looks pretty good, actually. I don't have my liner straight, but... Yeah. And the last thing is this gloss. So I'm not a gloss girl, I've told you that before, but a lot of you are. And so this has a nice, there's actually like a cutout ridge on that. It's not just sloped. There's actually a point and it's rubber. I do like that tip. That looks good. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm going to go do my hair and then I'll come back and we'll talk about all the products you just watched me put on. Starting here with the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. I thought that it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It smeared out very nicely. It had a tacky feel to it. It seems to have let my eyeshadows blend. The eyeshadow palette doesn't have a lot of punch. But with the shades I used anyway, you could get muddy really quick. I just never really got the punch that I wanted, okay? I wanted it to punch up more than this. And I don't feel like it ever did, even with my fingers, get as you know, bright as I wanted these shades to be. The one that would have performed and gave me that actually has that sparkle in it. Me, myself, and I here, I'm used to a better quality eyeshadow than this. I mean, I'm still gonna maintain that I think that e.l.f. makes a better eyeshadow in the bite size than these even. But I mean, I didn't hate it. Then we went to the eyeliner. It did transfer down. I have lost it on the outer corners, but I didn't really use that much of this. So I'm gonna put more in here, deliberately try to build it up like I would other eyeliners. But for the little amount of product that I put down here, I thought that it stayed pretty well. So let me get back with you on that. It's not my favorite eyeliner, but you know what? This eyeliner lasted a pretty good long time, I thought, and for the price, I don't hate it. I won't not use it. Then we moved on to mascaras. I think that these two did pretty darn good, and that would be the Nourishing Mascara Primer, and now keeping in mind, I've only used these things today. This is the first time. Sometimes it takes a couple of times of using an eyeshadow primer before you see, wow, that's essence all over again. After using it a couple more times, it does pull off a little bit more than it did initially. However, it's not doing any more than, say, Sil's Booster would at this point. Here's a tube of Sil's Booster. The Ulta is a slight, very slight, Christmas tree kind of wand. It's definitely got a more narrow tip than Lancôme's does, but it is the same kind of a brush as Lancôme's is. I don't know, do we have a dupe here? I can't tell you that for sure because, like I said, this is the first time. But when I pulled this out, I thought that looks like Lancôme's brush. Different shape, but the way it is and the way it distributed, oh no. We'll have to see about that. I'm not going to say that this is a better eyelash primer than Lancôme Sil's Booster XL, but I'll tell you this. The brush is very similar, and it goes on about the same as Lancôme, which is impressive because this channel's been comparing other eyelash primers for 8 years now against Lancôme. I did look into the ingredients because I was very impressed, and I'm not going to say that Lancôme is or isn't a healthy formula, but I will say that the ingredient decoder that I use showed the Ulta brand to have 4 goody ingredients compared to Lancôme's 1, and that it's only $11. New Heights Lifting Mascara, that didn't do so bad, I don't think. You know, I've wore this mascara a few times now, and I really like it. I appreciate the little wand. It lets me get on the underneath sides of my lashes and create a lengthened lash that's well separated and doesn't make a mess on my lid. I've not had any problems with it flaking. It doesn't seem to smear all over the place if I accidentally rub my eyes, which I sometimes do, and I've just been enjoying it. I think it's a pretty good little mascara. This primer felt totally like straight up silicone, and we're gonna get out the one that I love from Lancôme right now. I just so happen to have a little La Base that's been used, so I don't have to open my brand new one, but let's put that down here. There we go. I'll come in closer. I'm gonna run the ingredient deck on this and the Lancôme. I'll put that here, but I mean, it feels and looks exactly the same. This one is Lancôme, and it contains just 2 ingredients. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the first one, but it's basically, like the screen text shows, what gives the primer its silky smooth feeling, but it evaporates off of your skin. And then, of course, the one we're most familiar with is dimethicone cross polymer. The Ulta one has those 2 at the top 2 spots, but it also contains other ingredients as well, and 3 of those are good for your skin. So, long story short, I'll be purchasing this one going forward instead of my La Base Pro because it's just a better ingredient deck with the Ulta, and it's only $14 versus $42, and you get 5 millimeters more with the Ulta. The foundation and the concealer are both the Youthful Glow, and initially going on, beautiful. Let's see. I think it still looks really good, but with a 10 magnification mirror, I can see it's starting to settle into the lines and wrinkles I have. But like if I lift up here, you can see it down in those wrinkles. This is why I typically wear a high-end foundation, is because that doesn't happen with some of my favorite foundations. But, I mean, not looking in a 10 magnification mirror, I don't think this looks so bad right now. I'm going to have to let you know in a voiceover or come back and let you know something how this actually looks as the day goes by. I tried this again the next day using a setting spray only with no powder, and it was the same. So I'm not saying that I would never wear this foundation again, but I will treat it like one that I wouldn't wear very long. If I'm going to go out and it really matters to me how I look, or if anybody is going to be right up on me, my personal space, then I wouldn't wear this. Not more than 4 hours. Both of them went on very nicely, though. The concealer is like creased a little, but like I said, I'm not mad at this kind of creasing because it doesn't show. It's in the wrinkle, okay? It doesn't show unless I do this, and I don't run around doing that. But I can tap it out, and it doesn't make me mad. I'm not saying this is as good as my favorite concealers, but if I were going to wear this again, I'd keep powder off of it. I just feel like it looks better without powder. But for $10, it's not a horrible concealer if, like the foundation, you can find your shade. Now, if you have more wrinkles than I do, I would maybe not do this. Okay, I'd maybe invest in a really good concealer. I completely forgot to film talking about the powder. There is no translucent, which is what I typically go for in a powder, but I got this in fair to light, cool, and I thought it was a nice match for me. I felt like it went on well with both the provided sponge and a brush. I typically don't enjoy compact powders, but this one applies a nice light touch, so I wouldn't hesitate to carry this in my purse for that purpose and stick with a loose translucent powder for setting my makeup. I can tell you right now already that I love this thing. I thought it blended out beautifully, didn't you? And what space saver. I thought that this was going to be a little too dewy. I'll have to let you know at the end of the night how much of my makeup remains. Boy, did it. I think that all of it was still on my face at the end of the night. So that you'll know whether or not this works. But I didn't think it got too outrageously glowy for me. I like the setting spray if it works. I don't like this brow pencil though. It's okay for doing this, coming through where you have hair. But I don't like it for coming where I don't have hair. I think it's just like I colored my skin. And that's just how it's going to have to be today. And this isn't my favorite brow gel either. If you want a light hold, then this will do it perfectly fine. But if you're hunting Benefit 24-hour brow setter, this isn't going to get it, okay? It's just not that strong. Will it keep me from using it? No. But this is doing a pretty good job of duping this in color. In blendability, I would say save yourself the money on this pencil and go for this one. They're dupes for each other in color, and I had no problem blending it out. So the dual-ended brow highlight illuminator. So the way I did this lip, it is coming off now, but I was impressed that it didn't transfer to my straw. I would say that these two look good together. I would just go ahead, if I were you, and fill in your mouth with the liner, and then go over it with the lipstick, which I do a lot anyway. That way you don't get that dark line. That way you get a uniform wear off. And that's what I'm looking for. And I really do like this gloss. I like how that tip is. It's a lip hugger. Like I said, it's a slant, but it's got like a flip on it so that it fits your lip perfect. I got the lip gloss as a free perk for purchasing all that I did, but I like it enough to show it to you in the full version and point out that for the price and the color range, I appreciate this non-sticky gloss and its hygienic application. If I were a glossy kind of girl, then I would wear this both alone and over lipstick. So as I put that on, I was looking at my chin. I can't help but see that I have some wrinkles here that I didn't even know I had. Right here and right here. It's settling and showing me wrinkles. So I'll probably not come back and show you how it's going to wear because I'm still not going to leave here for a few hours and I don't want to have that like that all wrinkled up and everything when I go out. Overall though, I was pleased with these Ulta brand products and I won't be scared to take a look at them in the future. All right then, I want you guys to know, if you don't already know, you are the best part of the Footsie family, and that if you're not having a blessed day, the way you get one is to go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, Love you. See ya. Bye. And I'm out.
Well, I'll tell you how long it took me to open all of this stuff. It took, her name is Rio, and come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Yeah, that's how long it took. A Rio and a conga. That my eye patches have dried up. That sounds funny, like I'm a pirate. Arr! I still like a good... Do you know that bebopping song by Louis Prima? It drives my son nuts. Work it, work it, work it, girl, work it. Bad girls, talking about the sad girls. Yeah, boop, boop. No, beep, beep. It goes toot, toot. No, it goes, beep, beep. Bad girls, talking about the sad girls. Since they pulled a tooth. Peter, you idiot! You're making me mad, okay? You're making me mad. What else is new? I just have a little bit of darkness, not much. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to conceal you again. I know. It's like there's certain things I say all the time, and I can't help it. I think of those songs. I'm not in love with these brows. I don't like the color or the way it smears. Nee, 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 nee.